As we look at how to use blocks, you've learned how to make blocks. Now we're going to go ahead and do a little bit more. We're gonna make these blocks um, and put them in a drawing and create real drawings like an electrical drawing or an interior design drawing. So let's preview the electrical file and see what kinds of blocks are in there and how they might be useful to us. So here's the electrical drawing. That's what we're going to do. It's a circuit. I believe it's part of a radio circuit, but I'm not positive. And I see these little V things. Those are voltage connections. So those are the power connections. Voltage in, voltage in. Here's a 36 DC plus. That's probably an out. Here's a voltage out and a ground. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times you're using this same basic shape. Here's another one. This is a capacitor. That's the symbol for a capacitor. I see it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And of course, then we write down the specs for that capacitor. Okay. And so this is very common. You would put the capacitor in, then use the text to do up above. Resistors, and this is how to draw them all over here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 resistors. So that one you can see you're going to use a lot. And these are all very common to every electrical schematic that you would use. These are standard representations. And these are the grounds. That means to go to ground. So these little dots is the donut command. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So that's right here, preview the image, and that's all there is to it. There's just look it over and see if you can figure out what everything is. Now, if you don't know what a transistor is, that's okay. There's a symbol for it. That's all you need to know. If you don't know what a capacitor is, you don't need to know. There's the symbol for it. You don't know what a connector jack is. There's the symbol, the symbol, the symbol. Okay, so now let's take a look at the interior design. I see rectangle, rectangle, rectangles all over the place. And when I look at the dimensions up top, this one, these two, that's two different rectangles. One is 62 and 11/16. The other is 29 and 3/4. But they're both 16 and 5/8. So that's two different blocks, but I can make them very quickly from the same basic object. Okay, then I see this one, 27, 24, 24. Those are double cabinets. There's 2 doors to it. And so that's going to be a block in itself. And they're different widths, but I can make this 27 very quickly from this 24. I'll be able to show you how to do that using the stretch command. And then I have some short ones that are all different widths, 24, 30, 35 and a quarter. But if I can get my first one made, then I can use the stretch command to make the other two very quickly. After that, then I've got things that, here's a refrigerator. That's pretty common. You would want to make a block of the refrigerator, this drawer set, this dishwasher, this drawer set. Very similar to this one, but a little bit different. Okay, now, most of these, you don't have very many dimensions except for the overall dimensions. And so you'll just use your good common drawing sense. You know these cabinets are going to meet in the middle. You know that about how far this is going to come in. It sort of looks the same on each one. And you'll notice also that the distance between the middle and this panel, center panel, is about the same. So this rim around is always the same. So once I've got that, then all I have to do is adjust the width of my center panel. Okay, now here's a single to do. right? But that's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at these widths for each of these. There's going to be a width and a height, and that's going to tell us what it is and whether it's a double or over here is even a single. Okay, and all the rest of it you can sort of, draw it as you wish, pretty much. Okay, so long as you have these target spots that you're going to do. And here's what some of those blocks might look like, and here it is shown in a different way. So that's our preview of the kitchen cabinetry. Your job will be to put that in your workbook. Okay, put these images in here and here and highlight some of those, just annotate what some of those important dimensions that you're going to go off of are, or what the important, not the dimensions, what the important features, what are going to become blocks. Okay, there we go. That's activity 1.